friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Streetwear Fashions. Now in today's video, we are going to be learning. I'll be taking you through step-by-step process on how to cut your trouser, male trouser, or you can call it pants, how to make a pant, how to cut a pant. Now I'll be taking you through the process of drafting, how you can draft, how you mark, how you manipulate measurements and cutting process. So stay tuned, subscribe to this channel, like this video and comment. Hello guys, welcome to Streetwear Fashions. Now on this video I'll be taking you through step-by-step process on how to draft your trouser. Please, this is a complete video from beginning till the end. Now to begin with, you need one trouser length of fabric by 60. Now this material here, I have it has a width of 60 inches. It has a width of 60 inches. So we need a trouser length which is 45 inches to make or to cut our trouser. Same thing as to make our trouser. We need 45 inches. That's a trouser length by 60. So what we'll do next is to fold our material into two. We're going to fold the width into two. So guys, as you can see, I've folded my material into two. So the next thing to do is to get your measurements, your waist measurements, your hip, your lap, your knee, your trouser length, your ankle measurements, and you proceed. Right, the first thing to do here is to on this downside, you add your 2 inches. From that 2 inches, you mark your trouser length. Then you will come down by your crotch. That's your hip line. You get out from your hip by 4. Then you get your knee point, so your lap point. That's the tie. 3 inches down. Then you get the knee, your full length divided by 2. Your full length divided by 2 plus half of an inch. That is 19. Then from this point, you mark 8.5 inches to get the calf point. You mark 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches to get the calf point. So fine. Now we have the 6 lines represented. The 6 lines represented. We have the hemming line, the
the calf line, the knee line, the lap or the thigh, the hip, and the waist. See that? The waist point. So now we are going to start from the waist. We are starting from the waist now. So waist is divided by 4. By 4. You divide your waist by 4. By 4. 4. You divide your waist by 4. So now we have waist of 32 inches. Now we divide 32 inches. We have waist of 32 inches. We have waist of 32 inches. So we divide 32 inches by 4. We'll first divide it into 2. The 32 divided into 2. And then we'll fold it again. That it gives us 16. And we'll divide 16 again by 2 to give us 8. To give us 8. So 8, you're going to add 1 inch. You're going to add 1 inch to this 8 inches to give us 9 inches. So we won't place 8, we'll place 9 because our waist by 4 gives us 8 inches. So we are not going to place it as it is. We are going to add 1 inch. So we are using 9 inches. We are not placing at 9 inches. 9 inches. Hope that is clear now. 9 inches. So I'm going to be marking my 9 inches here. My 9 inches here. So my hip line, I'll be dividing my hip by 4. Hip by 4. And I won't add anything for now. So my hip, I have hip of 42 inches by 4 will give me 10 inches. I have hip of 42 inches. My hip is 42 inches. My hip is 42 inches. So we divide 42 inches by 4. That's by 2. And again by 4. To give us 10.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 10.5 inches on my hip area. 10.5 inches. Now that's my hip point. So I'm going to add ease allowance of 2.5 inches. I'll be adding 2.5 inches as my ease allowance. From that point, I'll be adding 2.5 inches as my ease allowance. So the next thing to do is I'll use my ruler to connect from this point, not this one, no, from this point to this point. My hip to my waist. Then I still have this one here, right? So I'm going to come up by 3 inches from this point to 3 inches. I'll be coming from here to here with 3 inches, with 3 inches. That is to get my hip curve. 3 inches. See that I'm marking there? See what I'm marking there? 3 inches. 3 inches marked. 3 inches. So with a freehand curve, I'm using my freehand curve to curve from this point to this point. Hope that's clear. I'll be coming from this point to this point. Make sure your curve is really a curve. So now the next thing to do now is to use your measurement tape, your measurement rule, to take from this point, from this end point to this end point. Now you measure from this place to this place and divide it by 2. Now this from here to here, now I will divide it by 2. Now that becomes the middle line. The middle line. So the essence of dividing this part now is to have a straight, to find the middle line to guide you through, to have equal equal size on both sides. You understand? So mark that point mark it through down to the ankle point. So I'm gonna mark this like so. Mark this like so, this area, even till the side. So now you are going to use a meter rule and connect those gaiters together to give us a straight line. Alright, so having done that, we now have our middle grind, like our center point now. So all our measurements will be splitted into two. All our measurements will be splitted into two. We are going to share the measurement equal on both sides. You understand? So we'll start from the ankle. We'll start from the ankle measurement. The ankle, that is this point. We'll start from this point, the ankle measurement. So how do we do this? We are going to divide our ankle measurement by 2. I have 13, so my ankle measurement is 13 inches. I'm going to divide that 13 inches into 2, like so, as you can see me doing it. Divide the ankle measurement by 2. This will give us 6.5 inches. So 6.5 inches, from the rules we say we are going to add half of an inch, which will give us 7 inches. 13 inches by 2 gives us 6.5. We add half inches to give us 7. Now the 7 inches will be divided into 2 again because of this line. We are going to share this 7 inches into 2 again. So we'll divide it into 2 again. So this middle point will be placed on the middle line, on this line you are seeing here now, meaning that we are now sharing equal parts to both sides. Now each part has equal share. So now the ankle measurements is 13 inches. 13 by 2 will give us 6.5 inches. Now 6.5 inches plus half of an inch gives us 7. Right? Now you're going to divide that 7 inches by 2. Now why did I add that half of an inch? Is the normal thing to do. When you divide your ankle measurement, it is right to add half inch to your result. So what you have there is 7 inches when you add that half of an inch. So that 7 inches being your final result must be divided again. So you divide it again into 2, giving you 3.5 inches, right? So we're gonna place 3.5 inches on one side and place it on the other side as well. 3.5 inches. See, I place 3.5 inches from this line on one side and the same 3.5 inches on the other side. You understand? So the next thing to do is the calf point. Now there's what we usually do on this side. Anything you have here, if like anything you have here, you're going to add 0.25 to what you have here, then you use it on this on the calf point. So on the ankle point we have total of 7 inches here, meaning that on the calf area we are going to have 7.25. So we are dividing 7.25 into 2. 7.25 into 2 to give us 3.6 inches. So I will mark from one side 3.6 and from the other side 3.6. See that? So I'm sharing the measurements now. I'm sharing the result into 2, one side to give me equal value. So I'll use my meter rule to connect those two gaiters together to give me a straight line. So I have connected my two getters together to give me a straight line. So we see we're almost done with the trouser. Now just stay tuned. We're almost done with this trouser drafting. The next thing to do is on the knee area. Now this is the knee area. You divide your knee into 2 plus 1. You divide your knee into 2 plus 1. So the knee I have here, we have knee of 16.5 inches, right? We have knee of 16.5 inches, but I'm going to use 16 inches. So we are having knee of 16 inches. So 16 inches by 2 gives us 8 inches. So 8 inches plus 1 will give me 9 inches. Now because of this line, don't forget, you're going to divide it again into 2. Now 9 into 2 will give us 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches or 4.5 inches. So we're going to place on one side 4.5 inches, and on the other side 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches on both sides. So with a freehand curve. Now in this at this point, we are not going to use ruler to draw this line together. We are using our freehand curve now, right? So I'm going to use my freehand curve to draw a line to intersect with the curve point. Same here, draw here to intersect with the curve point as well. Now you see we are almost done with this trouser. Now this is the front panel. We are drafting the front panel first. So we are almost done with this trouser now. We are wrapping up. So we have our shape almost ready. Now the next thing to do is the lap point. This lap point, the tie. Lap point. Now our lap is divided into 2. Now divide the lap point into 2. Your lap measurement into 2. Then don't add anything. So our lap is 22 inches. So we'll divide, these are lap measurement. Our lap measurement is 22 inches. So we'll divide it into 2. We'll divide that measurement into 2 to give us 11 inches. To give us 11 inches. 11 inches. So we are going to divide 11 inches into 2 again because of this line. Now you obey this line so much. Now because of this line now, you have to share any result you have into 2, then share it like one side will take half, one side will take half. You understand now? So we have 11 inches. We are going to divide that 11 inches into 2 again to give us a 5.5 inches. A 5.5 inches. Meaning on one side we are placing 5.5 inches. Now 5.5 inches you place on one side and 5.5 inches on the other side. So we are placing 5.5 inches on this side and as well 5.5 inches on this other side. So now for the freehand curve, we're going to connect that line from the hip curve. From this hip curve, you're going to connect that line respectively. See that? Then on this side, you do the same thing. From the hip line, you connect it. And behold, here is our sweet trouser front panel. This is our front panel. So here is our front panel, front trouser panel. Now, we are not done. To round up this whole thing, the waist, our waist is not block shape. So we are going to do what they call waistlands in this on this area, waistland. So we're going to be slanting our trouser waist by 1 inch. By 1 inch. And from this point, we'll connect it to this point. See that? So this is a complete front trouser panel. I believe you all understand what I'm doing here. See? So the next thing to do is to cut. So here's the complete. So here's the front panel. I'm done cutting. So we're gonna fold this and keep it aside. Then cut the back side. Alright guys, welcome back. So we are going to be cutting the back side now. So to begin with, on the top side, we are going to add 2 inches. 2 inches to this side. We are going to mark 2 inches. This is the waist side. We're going to mark 2 inches. We're going to cut the back side of our trouser. And you connect to get a straight line. Connect it together so you can get a straight line. So that is where you have to place your front panel from. So this is my front panel. I'll be like, remove one piece out, and I'll use this other one. Then I have to place from that 2 inches I marked. Mind you, this 2 inches is very, very important, because this 2 inches now helps the boots. Thank you. Helps the boots to relax very well. So if you don't add this 2 inches, you have a rubbish trouser. So make sure you add this 2 inches. So we'll place our front panel from that 2 inches you marked. Mind you, we slanted the front piece. We slanted this front piece. Look at it very well. We slanted this front piece. This front piece. We slanted it. This place. We slanted it by 1 inch. So we are going to bring out that 1 inch here. So when we place it like this, we'll make sure that we have that 1 inch subtracted. See that? So on this side, we will need a 2.75 inches is allowance. 2.75 inches is allowance. Then that's where this one will start from. So this one starts from the 2 inches. This one starts from 1 inches down, which is slanted. Then this one starts from 2.75 inches is allowance. All correct. So we'll begin with now. We are going to connect this line. If you're going to extend it, draw this line out with the help of a meter rule. So we're going to extend that line. So I did that. So right now, I'm going to mark from here to 2 inches is allowance. 2 inches. You won't mark it. You won't trace it the way it is. You get a bad result. So just from this point, come out from this point where the front side stops. Come out by 2 inches. 2 inches allowance. See that? 2 inches allowance. Then you connect from that 2 inches to this point. From like to this point. See this point? So you connect from this point down to this point. So you see what I'm doing here now. See that? From this point to this point. Now, that doesn't end there. From this point you are seeing here. From this point, you are going to draw a slant line down to this place. See what I'm having there, right? So now on this side, you're going to give a curve because here it has a curve. Understand? This place is a curve. It has a curve. So you're going to curve this part the same way. Not the same way, but you have to curve it. Now you'll notice something, that this curve went more deeper, has more depth, while this one has just little depth. This one has depth, but this one just has a little depth. So that's it. So on the ankle area, so that's all for this side. Now on this side, on the ankle area, on this particular side, we are going to extend, we are going to give 2 inches is allowance on this side. Now this is where the pant stops, right? So I'm going to add this allowance. I'm going to add allowance to this side, which is 2 inches. 2 inches. So I'm adding 2 inches to this side. 2 inches to this side. On the side, same 2 inches. Same 2 inches. Same 2 inches. Then on this side, make it 2.2. See this? 2.2, not longer 2 inches, but 2.2. Then on this side, on this side, that's the lap area. Now the ankle has 2 inches, the calf has 2 inches, the knee has 2.2. Then the lap has 2.5. That way, then you use your free hand cuff to blend the two, get us together. Like, see what I'm doing now, right? So you see that, so that's all we need. So you see, this is our, I hope you can see it very well. Now this is the front side, right? And this is the back side. We are just drafting. So we're gonna cut, right? So I'll start from the waist side. We'll cut it like this. Don't throw this away, it's to be useful. So cut it carefully. Be careful while you are cutting this. So sorry for that. On this area, like so. All right. So that's all for that. Thank you. So now you can see our back panel. Now that's not all. Now pay more attention here. On the waist side, we want to create our dart point. Yes, you're welcome. Then you mark from this point to the end. Whatever it gives you, you subtract 1.5 inches. This is a 1, this is a half, giving us 9.5 inches. You divide it by 2. Divide it by 2 to give us a 4.75 inches. So that becomes our dart point. Then we have to indicate the wrong side and the right side. So you see, this is the front, this is the back panel, this is a complete back panel. See that? And here is the front piece. Here's the front piece, as you can see. So clean, so nice, so beautiful, to give us the best shape of trouser, best trouser shape so far. So you see, so all right, welcome back, friends. Now you see, after cutting your front and your back panel, you will find these pieces you find this one, this shape. Please don't throw it away. This will serve as your front pocket. Let me bring this up so you can see very well. Right, it will serve as your front pocket interfacing. Yeah, so this one now you're seeing there. Don't throw it away. It will serve as your front pocket interfacing, right? So thank you. So let's continue. So this one you're seeing here, you have to indicate the wrong side from the right side. So this is your front pocket interfacing. Now you also found this one that has the shape. That's after cutting your front and your back piece. You found this one with this shape. Please, this will be your zip flap. This will serve as your zip flap. Just take your scissors and trim out as seen. Do like I'm doing it, to do the same thing I'm doing here. See this I'm doing now. Now indicate. Now you have to indicate the wrong side from the right side. Right? Now split it into two. See this? So now your left hand side, the one that has, okay, first of all, make sure you have a straight line. Mine is not straight, so I'm going to straighten it right now. So make sure you have a straight line. So it is straight now. So what you do is that open it up like this. The wrong side, this wrong side facing you. Now on the left hand side, you are going to use that one. Like the both of them are serving for your zip flaps. Let me take this off. Your zip flaps. So right now, on the left hand side, you're gonna mark 2.2 inches. 2.2 inches. You're marking at 2.2 inches, not 2.5. 2.2, not 2.5. 2.2 inches on the left hand side. 2.2 inches. That is that has that curve. 2.2 inches. So that then draw your straight line and cut. Make sure it's straight. Then on this side, we're gonna give that curved shape. That banana curved, that shape on that area. So you see that? This is one of the zip flaps. Like, just like a banana. It's okay. So on the right hand side, now this is the one that was on the left hand side. Now on the right hand side, you are going to cut or mark at 2.75. 2.75. Look at it. 2.75. Not 2.5, but 2.75. 2.75. So we are going to mark at 2.75 on that area. 2.75. And we are going to mark, connect that point with the ruler to give you a straight line. So you see that we're gonna cut out this one. Now this one won't have a curved shape to be blocked. So we're gonna trim this off to give us a block edge. So this is the first one, this is the second one. All good. Alright friends, so the next thing to get available that you need is the back welt pocketee. So how to do this? We'll measure 8 inches wide by 6.5 inches, or how long, or anyhow it is long. Like the length, you can use 100 length, nobody will query you. So it just anyhow your material is sufficient. Yes, it all depends on how sufficient your material is. But the wideness, the width you need is just 8 inches. 8 inches. then you mark and connect the getters together to give you a straight line. Then you cut out. Now this is gonna be a double welt pocket. Can you see my own? It's gonna be a double welt pocket, right? See my own there. 2 welt pocket. It's inside. 2 welt pocket. So it's gonna be 2. So we're gonna cut this double. That will match the same size. So we're gonna trim it out to something. Please, this video is a complete video from cutting to sewing. Then you indicate the wrong side from the right side. So my friends, so far we have gotten the back welt pocket interfacing, we have gotten the zip flies, we have gotten the front pocket interfacing, we have gotten the front panel, we have gotten the back panel. So the next thing we are going to cut out is the front pocketee and the back pocketee. Right, so we want to cut our front pocketee. So I want to make it be smooth, make it neat. So what I do is that I measure, it's number, no, Jesus, Jim. Well, I'll use this way, this side, so I'll flip it and iron the same. I'll have a straight line here. So from here now, marking by 15 inches, marking up by 15 inches. 15 inches. 15 inches. Here is it. 15 inches. Is it showing? Is it correct? 15 inches. So the length is 15 inches. By 13. 15 by 13. 15 by 13 inches. So we're gonna cut out that line. See that? So we're gonna fold it into 2. Now this is into 2. This is folded into 2. Sorry for that. Now this is I folded it into 2, and I'll fold it again. That's into 4. Then I'll give that curve start. That is our pocketee, our front pocketee. So I will still have to mark the back pocketee. I will extend the pocketee. The interfacing, sorry to say that. So it's still 8 inches wide, by how long you want it to be. So that's all. Thank you. Now let's go straight to the whipping machine. So friends, here we have the complete parts of a trouser, like all we need to make a trouser, like all the parts we need to make a trouser. Now all drafted and cut out. First we have the back piece. See, it's doubled, the back piece. Secondly, we have the front piece, doubled. Thirdly, we have what they call that? We have this front pocketee. Front pocketee, what we use to create the front pockets. See that? Yes. So that's it. They call it front pocketee. And we also have the back welt pocketee. The back welt pocketee. The back welt pocketee for extension. You can see my own for the extension. Then we have the zip flaps. The zip flaps is doubled. The zip flaps, one with the curved and one with the square shape, or rectangular shape, right? Then we also have the front pocket interfacing. The front pocket, this thing you are seeing here, the front pockets interfacing, and we have the back welt pocket interfacing. This thing you're seeing here, that's showing up here. So that's all. Thank you.